Everyone, thank you for all the birthday wishes. I'm creating this video today to let you know of my intention to delete my Facebook account. However, I will be coming back with a page strictly related to ministry efforts. As I think about my time in Texas, I think about the love and sacrifice of teachers and attendants as they helped me struggle through remedial classes. I had conversations with teachers that should have continued to include viable educational alternatives to adequately prepare me for college level experiences. I also think about when I went through withdrawals because I decided not to take my cerebral palsy medication anymore. I remember how God's grace in bringing me through that. I also remember the 15-page paper that I stayed in the computer lab at UTSA overnight to complete. Those are all things that most people did not see, but now is the time for you to know about it. Mississippi has a lot of potential, but we don't have the leadership structure in place politically to make tangible changes. However, we do have people that care. I'd like to highlight some of those people at this time and ask you to prayerfully consider donating to their causes. Lauren Compier at One Shred of Hope Ministries, who wants to develop more housing options for people with disabilities. She's young, she's energetic, she has a lot of great ideas. Please support her. Owen Marie Mullen over at Hope Hollow in Broadmoor Baptist Church is a speech therapist who has dedicated her life to helping those with developmental needs. Marty Quadney over at Johnny and Friends in Pear Orchard Presbyterian Church. She has revitalized Sunbeams, where I got my first job, and she reached out to parents and children with developmental disabilities to show them their worth in Christ. And also CJ LeMaster, my friend from WLBT. You can really tell that he really cares about the story that he writes and works on, because he wants Mississippi to be a better place to live in. Please support him. For those people in Texas that I haven't talked to in a while, I just want to update you on my current conditions. I live in a building designed for elderly and developmentally delayed individuals. This is hard for me because I'm used to being more in an integrated setting. A lot of these people have not reached their maximum potential only because there's been others that haven't had the time to spend with them. I also, about 3.5 years ago, I had a significant portion of my colon taken out, which left me with a colostomy bag, which I changed daily. And also, ever since before I left Dallas, I started to sleep in my chair. Many of you would question, why would you sleep in your chair? Well, as you know, when I was in Texas, I was getting state-provided care, and I got left in the bed and left on the floor quite a lot. It caused concern on behalf of a lot of people. Even the agencies themselves were concerned. this no longer happens because being in the chair, I'm able to maintain full control over what I need to do. And at this point, at my age, the best thing I can do for myself is stay off the floor, because if I don't, it will invite state entities to come in. And if they come in, it's a hard ball to stop rolling downhill, because once it gets started, even if there's nothing to it, you can't stop it. So, but I want you to understand this. I have always hated my disability, but I've always tried to embrace the platform that my disability gave me to inspire other people. I don't think that God would have given me the opportunity to go to Brazil and do speaking engagements if He didn't want me to create a life surrounding those areas. So I would ask you, instead of saying, why would you do that? Just praise God that I'm able to do that. Because I've had to do some pretty outlandish things to maintain significance and consequence. I've taken buses independently. I've traveled by airplane for one day. In other words, flying there and flying back all in one day. And these are the things that I've had to do to maintain significance and consequence. And I could not do it without the love and the care of my friends and other people. So I appreciate those that have facilitated my independence. Also, I just want you guys to know that everything's okay. I'm still able to physically do everything that I have been able to do. I'm in no pain. And so everything is working well in the way that it should. But I'd like to say a word to caregivers and people that still think that it's their job to toughen me up. Caregivers. I know that most of you feel undervalued and underappreciated. And if that's you today, I'm sorry about that. But you have a job, and your job is to facilitate the independence of others while giving their parents the opportunity to live the life that they would want. And so I want you to understand that if you need the day off, or if you want to come in later, it's your job to reach out to your employer to say, I want to come in later. I don't want to come in today. Can you find somebody to replace me? But don't come into a private residence where you're getting paid privately and complain about having to come into work, because you're just there because people need you there, not because they necessarily want you there. Because if they could do it all themselves. And so if they, for caregivers that are being provided for through the state, I understand that you're overworked and underpaid. And while we try and get you a competitive living wage with educational opportunities, we would ask you to remember that you have a job, you're getting paid to do it. If you don't like it, please let me help you find something that you're going to be good at, because nobody's forcing you to be here. Everybody needs a job. Everybody needs to be employed. And for those people that would still think it was incumbent upon them to toughen me up, I want you to understand something. That you're always going to get the same consistent reaction. You're always going to get somebody who's calm, somebody who's articulate, somebody who is thoughtful. I know there's a minority of people that would love to push me to the brink, to the end of myself, and say, see, he wasn't real, he wasn't authentic, he does lose control. And I've been pushed to the brink of that. So, please, don't do that to me. Don't ever do that to me. You'll always get treated with respect. You'll always get treated with love. You'll always get treated like a human being in here. But please, don't use my wheelchair against me to compel me to do what you want me to do, because you have no idea what God's calling me to do, and vice versa. And that doesn't apply to anybody in particular, although it is just human nature. I understand this. And that's why you'll never see me, you'll never ever see me act a fool. Because I will not act a fool and then have somebody see. I told you he wasn't real. I told you he could lose control. I told you that will never happen. So, a lot of you are my Facebook friends that I don't really know, and even some of you in San Antonio I don't really know. For that, I do apologize, and for that, I am sorry. I just didn't get the adequate opportunity to spend time with you outside of Sunday school and church for some of you. But rest assured that your prayers and well wishes and kindnesses will never be forgotten. And it's made me a better person. So, with that, I will stick my phone number and my email address on the